Hello there, welcome back to another video. Summers are kicking in and it's time to take out those Lattafa fragrances out which you might have had from some time. So we're going to look at 8 Lattafa fragrances that are fantastic for summer. I'll actually talk to you about 10 of them, but I think top 8 are these ones which I should think are pretty good, and I think these are value for money and good or rather decent performances that you get out of these fragrances. So let's get into this video without further ado. If you're watching this channel for the first time, you get Middle Eastern reviews, you get Hindi houses and a lot of Indian houses as well. So if that is something that you kind of like, then definitely hit the like button, subscribe, and let's get into the video right after this intro. Alright, welcome back. At number 8, I have 2 fragrances from the house of Lattafa. Now, these are budget-friendly fragrances. One is this decant of Qaid al-Farsan. Now, I actually have a bottle, but I thought let me use the decant. So, these are 10 ml decants that you can kind of get from us as well. But also another fragrance, this is the Lattafa's Fakr. Okay. Now, both of these are budget-friendly fragrances and they are very nice in a way. So, this is Qaid al-Farsan is more of a pineapple fragrance. It's got a lot of pineapple, it's got a lot of oak moss and a musk, but the pineapple is drier and not a very smoky, juicy kind of pineapple that you are thinking about how it's in Aventus. It's not the case. This is more of a musky, fruity kind of a fragrance. For me, I'm not a very big fan of Qaid al-Farsan, but considering the price point that it comes at less than 1300 rupees for 100 ml, and if you like a pineapple based fragrance which is musky, which has got a little bit of that oak moss type of a vibe, then it is pretty decent to consider. You get a decent performance again if you are somebody who does, let's say, between 8 to 10 sprays, then you will get about 4 or 5 hours on the higher side. Projection is very good for the first few minutes, let's say 35 to 40 minutes, it kind of projects well. For college going kids, for people who are in budget, and if you're looking for a nice citrusy pineapple type of a fragrance with good amount of oak moss and musk, then you should definitely consider getting Qaid al-Farsan. Okay, now it does have a little bit of a cedar wood, it does have a little bit of this ambery elements as well, but it's mostly a citrusy pineapple oak moss type of a fragrance in budget. Okay, very good for the price point that you are spending. Okay, now the other one at the 8th place is the Fakr, and the Fakr is very popular fragrance because this is Lattafa's take on YSLY. Now this is a lot more cleaner, it's a white floral, citrusy and musky, woody type of a fragrance, but mostly it is the complementing white florals which are there, which gives you a sense of clean, neat, sophisticated fragrance. Now, while Qaid al-Farsan you might be able to wear outside in the outdoor situation, I would suggest that you would look at getting Fakr as an indoor fragrance, especially for office wear. Now, if you're somebody who loves to wear white, white shirts, white t-shirts, things of that nature, or light pastel colors, then this perfume complements that entire color palette very beautifully because it kind of brings out a decent type of a projection, which is 1.5 to 2 feet, lasting about, I would say, 4 hours roughly is what I would suggest. But at the price point, I think sub 1600 or so, I think this is a very good value for money in terms of a bottle presentation which looks kick-ass, and then of course the perfume also smells very, very good. So at number 8, Lattafa's Fakr and Qaid al-Farsan for citrusy and a white floral fragrance. Now the next one is a very underrated one, and I kind of reviewed both of them when they were released. I'm talking about the Wajood and Nebras. Okay, so both of them are similar type of bottle. Now I don't have the Wajood partial with me. I think Shikhar has that. This is so underrated because this one smells absolutely beautiful. This is a fragrance that's got marine notes. It's got this salty marine notes. It's got this pink pepper. It's got a little bit of vetiver and sandalwood as well. Kind of also has got a little bit of a fruity tone like fig is what I would say. It is superb because it smells really nice. It smells and reminds you a lot of Kenzo's EDT Intense. Okay, it smells a lot like this, but the prominent fig note that is there on the EDT Intense is not so much here, but overall it captures the scent profile very well in terms of the marine notes and the pink pepper and the sandalwood that you get, and a little bit of that vetiver to give you that earthy feeling. Overall, this is lightly sweet, lightly like that star anise type of a vibe that you get from a perfume or that kind of thing, but more towards the salty marine vibe, and overall again a very underrated perfume, and you can easily get about 4 to 5 hours of performance on this one. Projection is about 30 to 40 minutes. Little difficult to find because you know that Lattafa's fragrances are made in batches. Once they go off the stores, little difficult to get through. But if you're still able to get them under 2000 rupees, this is a fantastic buy. This is Lattafa's Wajood at number 7. At number 6, two Lattafa flankers, one a very old one, very popular one. This is the Sukrat. Now this is the Acqua di Gio Profumo alternate and a very popular one. Although the lacking point of this is the performance. People get mixed performance. Some get 3 to 4 hours, some get a little more, some get a little lesser than that. Overall, it's a very nice profile of Acqua di Gio Profumo. It's got the citruses, incensey vibe that is there. Overall, a lot of star anise that you see as well. In budget, this is pretty good because most of the Lattafa fragrances are sub 1500, 1800 now. So this is very, very good if you're looking at alternate of Profumo at number 7. Now, while we have Profumo, we also have another perfume that came out from them last year. This is the Liam Blue Shine, and this is an alternate of the Profondo. Okay. Now, overall, they both kind of smells little similar, but I think the Profondo has got a little bit more of an aquatic, watery kind of a texture to it. It's a little more subtle, sweeter, and a little more elegant. So, while Sukrat is a little more louder when compared to Profondo, I think Liam Blue Shine is also absolutely wonderful fragrances, especially if you're somebody who likes the Acqua di Gio line and a Profumo and a Profondo alt. Consider Sukrat for Profumo and consider Liam Blue Shine for Profondo. Decent performance, again, not very groundbreaking performance. You should get about 4 hours roughly on both of these, but they are good quality scents. Especially Liam Blue Shine smells absolutely wonderful. So both are good citrus summer fragrances at number 6. At number 5, a series from or a fragrance from the Pride series. This is the Pizza. Now this is very, very nice. In fact, this is for those people who like a soft scent, who like a citrusy fresh fragrance, but a type of a detergent, soapy type of a vibe. This is very good. It has got a very beautiful nice type of a zesty, sparkling citrus, with the bergamot and a little bit of a sandalwood that you can definitely smell. Very, very clean, nice. In fact, when you put this on in the air, it actually smells like if you picked up your clothes from the washing machine when you have put Tide or Ariel, and you have that wet clothes feel with that detergent powder. That's the type of a feeling that you kind of get when you put this on. But then the sandalwood which is there on this, the dry down of the woody nature, gives a very elegant touch. People sometimes say that this is a fragrance that's inspired from Louis Vuitton's Imagination or Afternoon Swim. It does have those nuances at the beginning. Those citrus elements definitely remind you of that, but it doesn't have those ginger tea note or anything as such. So that's where the sandalwood comes into this and gives you a different take. There is this nice citrusy, musky, very good vibe. But the fact that it'll keep reminding you of a wet detergent powder, that is the type of feeling that I get, especially clothes taken out from the washing machine and you're going to hang it to dry. If that is the type of a clean, neat kind of a smell that you would enjoy wearing indoor for office use, then you should definitely consider this. Now, while the Pride definitely has high quality of material and high quality scent profile, the lasting is not that great. You will get about 3 to 4 hours to that's the kind of projection that I've been able to get, or the lasting that I've been able to get. When you put it on, if you go higher number of sprays, which is 10 to 12 sprays, then you can expect projection for about 45 minutes or so. But this bubble itself is about 1.5 to 2 feet. So it's a soft bubble, but overall a very, very nice classy scent from Lattafa's Pride series, the Pizza. At number 4 is my recent reviewed fragrance. This is the Morocco and Blue from the Lael Maliki series. Now, this is the reason why I considered this at number 4 is because although this is a difficult fragrance to kind of tell you exactly what this smells like, but I told you that it kind of has nuances of Versace's Pour Homme with a little bit of a spicy element, with a little bit of musk, non-spicy, sweet, a bitter element, that kind of a vibe with a little bit of orange blossom, all of that. So excellent fragrance, has got a very detergent, soapy kind of a smell. Unlike Pizza, which has got a very wet kind of a detergent smell, this one smells a little more drier, a little more, flatter across the scent profile as such. Now, this one also does about 4 to 5 hours time in terms of projection, but this is a great buy under 1,500 rupees if you're looking to get a 100 ml perfume, especially for office use. folks for who do not like a sweet fragrance, right? Most of the ones that we've discussed so far have some amount of sweetness. For folks especially who don't like a sweet fragrance, who want a slightly spicy, with a little bit of a cleaner soap kind of a detergent kind of an experience, then you can definitely consider this. This is the latest one that's there from Lattafa, and quite literally the one new fragrance in this particular list. So at number 4, you can think about Moroccan Blue. Performance is again average. Like I said, projection is softer on the bubble side, 1.5 2 feet, lasting about 4 hours, maximum that you kind of get. But probably in cities where the weather is a lot more cooler and lot less humidity, you can definitely expect better performance, but a surprisingly decent performance or a decent fragrance at budget to consider at about 1500 rupees or so, right? So that was at number 4, and now let's get into the big guns of Lattafa's, the top 3. Alright, at number 3, a very popular fragrance from the house of Lattafa, and I think this is one of their best fragrances that they have created. This is the Najdia. Okay, now this is killer for the price point, this is killer for the performance and the overall scent profile, and one of those fragrances that is easily liked by all. So if you think about a lot of mass pleasing fragrances, this one definitely tops that list. Okay, this is sweet, bubblegummy, and a little bit of that green leafy vibe that you kind of get. Overall, a lot of musk and nice kind of a bubblegummy vibe. Okay, if you think about the Invictus Aqua line, and if you think about fragrances like Wildstone Edge, if you think about Havas, it is somewhere like that kind of a DNA. Now the beauty of this is because it smells so nice in the air and it smells so overall it's got that beautiful scent profile. It lasts also pretty good. I think it definitely does about 4 to 5 hours on me. Now for that particular vibe, you get a fantastic fragrance in a budget. In fact, if I'm not wrong, if you're indoors, it actually does a lot more. You get even 7 to 8 hours as well on your clothes. But let's say if you're wearing it for outdoors and you are looking to use it in a lot of movement, and you're moving around, so you are using it that way, then definitely 4 to 5 hours is fantastic for a fragrance which smells absolutely like bubblegummy, sweet, citrusy, musky, and a little bit of that green vibe that's coming from that leafy type of thing. Now this at about 1300 to 1400 or 1350 or so, sub that price point, if you're able to get this, is fantastic because this comes in a deodorant as well, and overall I think you get a fantastic fragrance at a budget. I do have some deals running on this and another one, so I will put that out to you. I'll let you know, put in the number, you can get in touch with us. So fantastic fragrances. I think this is superb from Lattafa. This has been there for quite some time and still rocks really, really good. So this is at number 3. This is Najdia. There is also the Najdia Intense that has come out, and I'm looking to get my hands on it, and I will do a full-fledged review of that as well. But until then, at number 2, one of my absolute favorite fragrances, and I somehow enjoy this so much, and I've recommended this highest to a lot of people this time as well. This, I'm talking about the Al Nashama Caprice. Okay, now this I reviewed it last year, and it's been on my summer list last year and even this year. This is superb because this smells so good. This is citrusy, cardamom, woody, and that's the entire scent profile of it, with a good amount of sweetness, woody vibe, and a lot of cardamom, and a lot of let's say like the star anise type of a vibe, and a good amount of citrus element. Now if you're not aware, this is an alternate of the popular Yves Saint Laurent's La Nuit d'Alôme Blue Electric. Okay, so La Nuit d'Alôme itself is a very nice cardamom based fragrance with a woody touch to it, which is more suited for nights, and this Blue Electric is very good for summers, and especially if you want to wear something to the office, you want a scent profile that is going to be complimented by a lot of people, noticed by a lot of people, and should smell really classy, then you should simply go for this. This is really good, absolutely wonderful smelling fragrance which smells a class apart. And if you are into those type of sweet citruses with a good amount of zesty freshness and a nice amount of cardamom freshness, spiciness, oriental touch to it, and a woody vibe, this is absolutely killer. Okay, now I've got a fantastic deal going on for this, which is at about 2000 rupees. You can have this shipped. You get an entire 100 ml. So this is a fantastic fragrance to consider for summer, and you will enjoy getting a lot of compliments. All right, so having said that, let's go to the number 1 pick And if by now you've not been able to figure out what's the number one pick, then don't worry, I will help you out with it. So this is Lattafa's most popular fragrance, and we've decanted I think 4 or 5 bottles of it. Now the only thing is this comes in a 55 ml bottle, and I don't have the partial with me either. I'm talking about the Lattafa's Atlas. Now the Atlas is this beautiful green colored juice that you see, which is an all-out fragrance. I think when you think about all of the fragrances that I've spoken about, the highest long-lasting beast mode performance that you get from a fragrance is definitely this. This is very neat. This is clean, musky, a little bit of that marine vibe, not a little bit, a lot of marine vibe, with a slight touch of that egg yolk type of a vibe, which is not present to me. I don't kind of get that, but mostly a very musky, non-sweet, salty, marine type of a fragrance, which is inspired from the popular Orthoparesis Mega Mer. Okay, now this is absolutely wonderful, and it does have a little bit of sandalwood, but it also has a lot of oak moss to it. So there is this oak mossy, green type of a vibe that comes into this. But in the dry down, you get subtle hints of sandalwood as well. For folks who like a beast mode perfume, which can project for about 3 feet, does extremely good in high heat, this will work absolutely wonderful. Does easy 5-6 hours, going beyond to 7-8 hours as well. But be careful about the scent profile, because this might not be for everybody. If you like strong, musky fragrances that are absolutely crazy, loud projecting, then yes, Atlas is the best pick that you can have from Lattafa, or even otherwise from a whole range of fragrances that you think of, right? Now, surprisingly, Lattafa's Atlas is still not available this year as of now. But if I do find it, I will definitely let you know. But yes, I think we do have a few decants of it, but excellent fragrance, extremely costly in terms of the price point, because it retails to about 2,200. It went up to 2,600 as well last year. But you get a 50 or a 55 ml of juice, for which the price to ratio is a little higher, but the bottle itself is killer. The cap is super solid, heavy. Overall, you get a very high quality fragrance for that particular price point. And if you're looking for something beast mode from Lattafa, then Atlas is the one to get, right? So if you kind of like the type of list that I've done, and let me know what are your favorite fragrances. And if you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe and share, and I'll see you on another one. Until another time, take care. Bye bye.